Hey, I'm live. So my phone's not telling me to turn it, and that should mean that I'm not in a box, and that's what this test is about. This is another box test, so I'm just testing it out, wanting to find out if I'm in a box. I don't think I'm in a box. I'm going to test something else too. I'll go to my channel. Who gave me a thumbs up? 2 people. What's up, guys? So yeah, this is a test. I just wanted to test and see if it's still in a box, because there's actually been 2 updates to the application for YouTube recording since the last time I did a live stream. So, hey, no name. So yeah, no box, right? Can I get a no box confirmation? Let me see. I'm going to my channel right now on my computer just to check. Oh, it doesn't even show me anything. It doesn't. No box. That's what I wanted to hear. Yay, no box. So I don't really have anything much to talk about right now. I've been working on stuff for the channel. I've been working on teaser trailers and clipping video from older videos and putting those together. And I've been taking some classes on some online stuff that I'm interested in. What up, Accursed Titan? And I've also been watching a lot of people's YouTube videos and vlog videos on knee injuries. That's the other thing I've been doing. I've been watching people talk about their knee injuries. And the more people I've heard talk about their knee injuries, the more confident I am that I'm not as injured as other people have been. I could still be wrong, but what up, Destin boys? I am feeling better. Dustin says, hey, I hope you're feeling better, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have said that. I'm not officially feeling better until I can walk normally, because for me, it's the physical pain is not that bad right now. Like, I've been through so much crap physically that after the first little while, I sort of get used to the pain. But the not being able to move and knowing that if I go and do stuff I would normally do, or even attempt to do any of that stuff, or even just be up for extended periods of time, I could hurt myself worse, and that's the upsetting part to me, whereas I want to be up and ready to go. I think I'm going to be up and ready to go by my birthday, so woohoo. But this has been a test. If you guys got any questions, I'll go ahead and answer them. I can't do anything, so I'm pretty much in bed and working on my computer. You can see the dog over there. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Working on the computer. When's your birthday? April 26th. Woohoo! I'll probably be sitting in a chair. I'm trying to not be sitting in a chair. Titan, I got some music I bought myself the other day, and I want to play some music bad. I've been messing around with my music gear inside of my computer. I keep looking at myself in the screen, and so it makes my eyes wander this way. I should probably be looking right here, and then I'm looking right at you. But yeah, I want to be up by the 26th. I want to be up and able to stand for extended periods of time, because then that'll tell me I have no problem. And to tell you the truth, my knee doesn't lock up. I'm fairly new, so I wouldn't know that you have ever mined for tanzanite. I have not ever mined for tanzanite. Never mined for tanzanite, not yet. But yeah, if I'm up on the 26th and my knee can bend, all I need is to know my knee can bend. I'll be fine. I'll be ready to go for the trip, because my leg can bear weight. It's not like super painful for me to try and bear weight on it. What I can't do is move my knee side to side, forward, back, all that sort of stuff. That hurts and gets really stiff, because it's been a week, but it's still swollen on the inside. Like, it's still swollen pretty bad on the inside, I think. I can't see it on the outside, but I tell you what, when I go to try and move it in any way, shape, or form, and especially when I wake up in the morning after sleeping at night, it's tight, dude. Accursed Titan still trying to work something out with his parents so that he can go on the Topaz trip. But I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out, man. It's a great place to go and hunt for stuff. It's beautiful country. Just remember, when you're on your way, stop in Delta. Make sure you have extra gas. Like, gas is a big deal if it's a ways away, and it's a lot of back road driving. Half the distance from the mining claim to Delta is rough back roads. So you're going to want to have gas. I like to go from Delta full on gas out to Topaz Mountain Adventures and have an extra gas tank, especially if I'm running a generator or anything like that. Water and gas, a big deal. Yeah, it's a really big deal. I am missing carving, to tell you the truth, though. That's a big deal. Cursed Titan has been mowing lawns to save up money for it. Straight A, have you thought about mining aquas in Colorado? I totally want to go mine aquas in Colorado. I haven't connected with anybody that has that ability yet. I have never seen a fee dig. I don't know of any public places that I can just go walk around and hunt for it without potentially being on somebody's claim. So I haven't really done a lot of research into that. It's a really good question, though, and it would be something I'm totally into. I mean, totally into that one. No Name says, I wish I was living in the U.S. There's so many mines and things to mine for. Feels bad, man. Oh, well, where do you live, No Name? Because there's probably good stuff out where you're at, too. It just might not have been discovered yet. I mean, we all got rocks, right? There's rocks everywhere. So it just sort of depends. I live in Florida, Cursed Titan. Not where I want to live, but it is where I do live. Not a big, huge fan of Florida, but it's the spot where I live right now. How was work? I'm live.
I hate people.
Yeah. You guys didn't hear that. She has the same job I had when I was young. No Name. I'm in Germany, and the only thing Germany was back in the days of gold rush, some diamond and gold. Tell you the truth, I don't know a lot about Germany. What I do know about Germany is all music based. There's got to be some good stuff out there, though. Cursed Titan. So do you drive or fly to Utah because it's a long trip? Yeah, it is a long trip. I am going to drive to Utah. If you haven't seen some of my other videos, I have a patron, basically a friend that is helping me fight for my dog to get my dog back, and I have court on May 12th over getting my family's dog back that was stolen from a friend of ours that was babysitting it. So I have to be up there May 12th, so I'm going to be driving the whole distance, and then after that I plan on digging on my way back. Knack had a question. Knack says, what was your first name? Someday your knee is all better. You'll be able to mine some aluminum fluorite silica, aka topaz. I've got great topaz, Knack, and even if I'm not able to do any of the digging, which if I can make it around that mountain, I can find some rocks to break open. My arms still work just fine. So I'm not going to have any problems with the topaz deal. And the topaz dig is pretty much for the people that show up out there. I'm going to be doing a lot of recording of what they pull out of the ground. That video is going to be a lot more what people are finding than how you exactly find it. Because, I mean, it's one of the best places where all you got to do is break rocks open. Like, they've already blasted the rocks off the walls. All you have to do is break rocks open. You'll find something. I like breaking the bigger rocks open. That's going to hamper me if I only have one leg. So I've had a couple more things come in. No Name. He's riding a horse to Utah with a cowboy suit. Weehaw! I can't even do the cowboy scream. Straight A. Germany has an assortment of minerals like wolfenite. I do know Germany has some minerals. I don't know where to find them, and it might not be that easy to find them. But, I'm an American, and I'm an American that didn't even graduate high school. Not that most of the information they gave me would have been accurate anyways on a world scale. So being that I'm an American and not have no real basis in geology, I don't know what the hell they have in Germany. I really don't. Accursed Titan, isn't the mining trip on the first weekend of May? It is May 5th through 7th. So that would be the first weekend of May. It's May 5th through the 7th. Oh, No Name, that's not right. I'm not going to repeat that one. That'll disappear in the live ether. Accursed Titan, if I go then I'm probably not going to pull much stuff out since it's going to be my first time. Accursed Titan, I wouldn't go with that assumption, and the reason I wouldn't go with that assumption is because my first time there, I pulled out my 2 best pieces that I own right now, and they're just ridiculously amazing, both of them, by anybody's Utah topaz standards. These are top grade, amazing specimens. And I have a bunch of other really good specimens from my first trip there. Now, I had a private blast, and I had a couple of days before and a day after the private blast to find stuff. But it's a lot of luck of the draw, and it's a lot of just breaking rocks and hunting for stuff to break open. I mean, that's all it is. Don't bet that you're not going to find something good, because all you have to do is keep looking, and you will find something good at this place. Because I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff there. The last time I was doing a video there, they had this plan to get at the bottom of the blasting, of where the blasting had been done from the miners that had owned the claim before them. They had a giant machine out there, and they were digging, and after about 25 or 30 feet, they realized they were going to be moving so much tailings, and they weren't even at the bottom yet, that it wasn't even worth it. Like, they didn't have the time, they didn't have the resources to move all those tailings like they had thought, and there was way more tailings than they thought they were, which meant blasting in the area had been going on for quite an extended period of time. In my mind, that's a good thing, because there are big rocks there that haven't been broken open yet, and there are tons of great things that you can find by just breaking open a rock that has a vug in it. So there's good stuff there. If there wasn't really good stuff there, we wouldn't be having our first dig there. That's for sure. So you're going to find something, Accursed Titan. No name. That's what I adore the U.S. for in Germany. You're mentally ill if you try to mine something or do something which is considered not normal. But in the U.S., no one really cares if you walk metal detecting, etc. That's not necessarily true, no name. And the reason that's not necessarily true is it depends on what area you're living in, on how your mindset is really like that. Let's term it like this. You got country folk and you got city folk. And there's a lot of in-betweens, and there's a lot of extras and externals on both those areas, right? But if we just boil it down to these 2 types of people, country folk and city folk, to country folk, it's not that strange at all. Makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of great stuff in the ground. Now, you talk to city folk, and when I talk about city folk, I'm talking about some of these people you see on some of these news organizations, some of these rich kids that have grown up inside of cities, that have had money, that have never really spent a lot of time on a farm or around the country. To those people, this is absolutely insane. This is nuts. But to those people, country folk don't exist anymore and have no say in anything, because there's not enough people smashed down into a small area to have a good demographical idea on how things should go. So it sort of depends. If you talk to country folk, we're digging for rocks, normal, no problem. Some of the city folk, yeah, wackadoos. We're all wackadoos for loving this stuff. Accursed Titan says, I once walked through a scrapyard looking for cool stuff with a metal detector. It didn't work well. No, that's pretty dumb, bro. Matthew Kocher. I should stop by Colorado on my way through. That's definitely an idea. I usually tend to drive through Colorado, to tell you the truth. I don't know much except for what I've seen on TV about Colorado. But I am definitely into digging in Colorado. Like, I would totally be into digging in Colorado. The stuff I've seen on TV that comes out of Colorado, and some of the stuff I've seen, like my buddy Austin pulls out of his claim, is pretty cool. Like, I definitely like to dig up there. I wouldn't mind doing some digging episodes up there. It's all a learning curve and a money thing and a funding thing. That's definitely what it is right now for how I get to places and stuff like that. Like, for instance, the digging on the way back from Oregon. The only way some of even getting to Oregon is possible, so I'm going to dig at some of the hot spots along the way, the route to and from Oregon. But the only reason it's even happening is because of the dog and this patron that I have. I call her a patron, but I've known her since before Patreon and stuff like that. The person that's helping my family get our family dog back that's been stolen. So if it wasn't for her helping fund the lawsuit and helping fund me getting to Oregon, I wouldn't have as much of an opportunity to dig in all these places coming back from Oregon, because I'm going to have 6 to 8 weeks to dig all the way from leaving Oregon all the way across the country back to Florida, to where then I need to spend some time with my kids and wife and maybe dig with them some places. I had some more comments roll in. I'm going to read them. Let's see. Cursed Titan, I'm half with country and city because I live in the city, but I go to my grandparents on their farm. That's good though. It's good to have a taste of everything. That's what's unique about my life, I think. I've grown up in some really horrible city conditions, and I've seen some really horrible country conditions too, and I've seen the best of both, to tell you the truth. I've never been rich, but I've been in some upper middle class homes in my life. No name, digging once for opal in Australia and Tanzanite in Africa would be awesome. Dude, you're telling me I really want to do that. Matthew says, I'm leaving up to Utah on May 3rd for the dig. Right on, Matthew. I'll probably be leaving before that. I plan on leaving here probably around the 1st. But I'm a bit farther away than you are too, buddy. Cursed Titan, I just found an Easter egg in my couch. I hope it is a chocolate one. Oh, wait, is it Easter? No, Easter was a while ago. I hope it's a chocolate one. Cursed Titan, I'll meet you there, Matthew. Yeah, you will. And Matthew's a cool dude, man. I like Matthew. I've met Matthew in person before when I was in, gosh, I am brain farting on the name of this place. Let me hit my vape real quick and act like, really popular place. Quartzsite, Arizona. It took me forever to get the name. So I was in Quartzsite, Arizona, and Matthew actually drove down to watch a football game with me and have some dinner with me, or I think we ate at Subway. Was it Subway? I think we ate at Subway. So, and we hung out for a little while, and Matthew's a really cool dude. You guys are going to like Matthew if you're down there. Yes, Matthew just said Quartzsite. Haha, Matthew, I beat you to it. No name, what's your actual main occupation and how can I call you? Ooh, phone numbers. Ooh, that's a tough one there, buddy. Send me an email first and we'll move from there. MiningAmerica1@gmail.com. I'm hesitant about the phone call thing. It's gotten me in trouble before, and I'm never changing my phone number if I can help it, and I don't like to block people from it because I've done that before too. So send me an email with what you want to talk about. And what is my main occupation in life? In life, my main occupation has been sales. In the last couple of years, I was in the last real job I had was working for a company selling roofs, storm selling roofs. And to tell you the truth, I don't even want to talk about the company because I absolutely hate them. I hate the person that got me involved with that company. I thought we were friends, but he's just a manipulator and a user, and I don't even want to get into it because it's just, it's a story for another time, not this one. But I'm usually and generally into sales. And unfortunately, I've had people I know that are just friends tell me that I have the personality of a used car salesman, which sort of sucks. So what have we learned? If you need to remember something, start vaping. Sorry, my mistake, lulz. Cursed Titan, you should learn some vape tricks while you are unable to move a lot. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't care about smoke tricks, tell you the truth, man. No, I've been learning a bunch of other stuff. I've been learning more about YouTube, and I've been learning about video editing and trying to get a more professional look to some of the videos, tags and stuff like that. I've been learning a lot, and I'm learning more about social media and how I need to interact with social media in order to help my channel grow, because we need to get bigger. We need this channel to grow faster, like really faster. Steen came in late. How's the pain? Overall, man, the pain is fine. Like, it's not that bad. I hurt every now and then when I'm moving, but I'm doing okay. The problem with the pain is that I can't bend my knee. If I can't bend my knee, I can't truly walk, and I could cause damage to it by trying to walk. So I'm not trying to walk. I'm hoping that on April 26th, I want to be able to play some stinking music. My birthday, I want to play music. It's a C at the beginning, Caleko, but you're close, Accursed Titan. And my real official name is David, but nobody calls me that except for my wife when she's pissed off. And really old people that I used to know back in the day used to call me Disco Dave, but yeah, that's not my name anymore. That was a different guy. Much more violent person back then. Do an O French inhale. I don't even know what that is. Alex, I don't even know what that is. Tia Lopez. I don't know what that is either, Alex. Who's Tia Lopez, Alex? Accursed Titan, I can help with social media. I use a lot of Instagram. Well, Accursed Titan, I need somebody on my team with that. So we can definitely do that. You can definitely be a part of my social media team. You're extremely active. I can use somebody that is good at social media and into social media, and I can use the input and the help and the advice along those lines too. And who better than a teenager? Like, nobody's better at social media right now than teenagers are. Are you kidding me? Heck yeah. It's not a paying job right now, but someday it could be. Like, right? No name. Thanks, Titan. Knack. On Weather Channel, there was a show called Prospectors. I've met a couple of people from that show. Where groups of miners living in Colorado trying to find precious gems in places like Lake George, Mount White, and Mount Henley, and Mount Antera. I know about that show. I have seen and watched a few episodes of the show. I don't dislike the show. I like the documentary side of the show. I don't like the reality side of the show. Some of the episodes are very like sort of documentarian. I'm really into those episodes. I really like them. I haven't watched all of them. It's just been stuff I picked up here and there. But you know, I've seen a couple of episodes where it's obviously going into the like reality sort of, you know, moments, and I don't like those moments in that show at all. They really seem contrived to me. But who have I met from the show? I met the guy, I can't remember his name. He has 2 Indian sons. They were actually part of my favorite part of the show. I met him when I was at Quartzsite this last time. And when I was at Tucson, there was another person that was from Prospectors, the show Prospectors, and they had a booth there, and we shook hands, and I couldn't remember their name and stuff like that. But, I mean, to tell you the truth, like, I get struck by people, starstruck, all like fanboyish. If you're like an old school badass DJ that like scratching from way back when, I used to watch you on stage, I turn into like a teenage girl. I'm like, oh my God! Like, I'm not going to use no names, but I do. I'm like, oh, you're the baddest! But, you know, like TV and YouTube and stuff like that, like, I'm not a huge big deal, like super fan of that sort of stuff. I probably would be for some people, but not that big. Like, music is the thing that really hits me. The people in music are the ones that I get all like super gaga over, like really, really bad super gaga. Cursed Titan teenagers for the win. Straight A says, I live in Florida too. Way too far for the dig, sadly. I can understand why you feel that way, Straight A. I tell you what, it's not too far for me after stuff I pulled out of there my first time. And Matthew Kocher says, I met, Brian Busey, if that's how you say his last name. Matthew is exactly right, because I believe Matthew was with me that day that we met Brian. I think that's when I met Brian, as I was walking around with Matthew, and I think that was the day that we met him. Yeah, so I got back up. Yeah, I met him. No, I didn't get no autograph. I didn't get no picture, because to tell you the truth, see, Knack, at Matthew, I've watched him and his family on the show. See? You know, I tell you what, the people I did meet one night that I was like, oh my God, I got to get a picture. I met Cheech. Cheech was staying at the same hotel with me. So was Lonnie Jordan. Like, that was an epic night. Not because Cheech, you know, like, ignored everybody most of the night, because he was super busy and in a personal, private conversation. Everybody got their pictures. He was real cool about that. But the fact that I was getting tossed, me and my wife were getting completely blitzed drunk that night with a black gentleman sitting at the bar, and we're like a couple hours into talking to this dude. My wife's been hitting it off with him really good, and I've just been sort of over listening. And then my buddy, who's a DJ, Doug De La Fresca, from Portland, Oregon, he comes up and he's like, do you know who you've been talking to this whole time? I'm like, no, who? He's like, dude, that's Lonnie Jordan. I'm like, who the fuck's Lonnie Jordan? Whoops, sorry, cussing. I'm like, who's Lonnie Jordan? And then he's like, the music you've been listening to all night, this dude made all of it. They've been playing his CD on repeat. So Lonnie Jordan is a pianist, an amazing pianist, and he is also a drummer, and He played for the band War, which is all my friends in a low rider. Everybody knows that song, right? But many other amazing songs have been written by this man. So I was like, yo, cool, nice to meet you, love your music, right? And we all get kicked. This is a great story, so I'm just going to keep going. We all go to get kicked out of the bar by the bartender at, it's like 1:30, and the bartender's telling us we got to leave. And there's only like 4 of us in there. It's me, my wife, Lonnie Jordan, and somebody. Lonnie's son. It was Lonnie Jordan's son. And the bartender's kicking us out, and we start giving the bartender hell. You can't throw us out, man. Like, Lonnie Jordan's here. We're all getting trashed. It's 1:30. Like, beer 30 don't even start for another hour. You ain't got no right to kick us out. And only because Lonnie Jordan was there, the bartender grabbed all of our glasses, filled each one of them up with straight liquor and ice, no mixer, and then kicked us out of the bar, told us we had to leave. So at this point, it's like probably almost 2. We argued with the bartender so long. And my wife asks Lonnie as sweetly as she can if he'll play the piano for us, and he gets on the ivories, man, and he sits down. He says yes, and he sits down, and all of us grab chairs. There's all these chairs around, and he starts hitting the keys, man. He starts banging out the most insane piano music I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard anything like this. Like, I mean, I was drunk. I was really drunk, and I had a glass of liquor in my hand too, and I was sitting there and I started sipping that stuff, man, and I sat there and just cried while this dude played music. Like, the music was just so overwhelming what he was doing. Tears are just streaming down my face. I've never had an experience like this before, ever. Like, I've never had an experience like this. So he gets done. When he's done playing, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. That's how long this man just killed those keys. Private concert, right? The 4 of us and Lonnie Jordan just making this amazing music on this piano in the middle of this old hotel down in downtown Reading, Pennsylvania. And when he gets done and he stops, we look up, and there's like 12 or 13 people that work inside the hotel. Every single one of them lined up along the front desk. And as soon as he stops playing, man, just a round of applause. Everybody's like, I mean, the dude is amazing. If you ever hear that Lonnie Jordan is going to be playing a piano anywhere, take the opportunity to go and watch him, because it was really cool to meet Cheech Marin, but having the experience of Lonnie Jordan playing music was a million times better. It was mind-blowing. So, okay, I'm going to read some of you guys' stuff real quick. Let's see. Aaliyah Beverly, I saw your Star Garnet mine in Idaho. I definitely want to go now. I live in Boise. Alia, it's not mine, but it's a cool place to go, especially for the price. You can't beat it. I still have a whole bunch of Star Garnets. I haven't done anything with them because I don't really know what to do. No name. Are there emerald mines in the U.S.? I need to know because I may come to the U.S. I'm really interested after watching some of your videos. Cool. In my opinion, I would wait to come to the United States until we figure out what the hell's going on with whether we're going to let President so-and-so start World War III or not. Okay. I wouldn't come to the U.S. until we've decided whether we're going to instigate things in this country or escalate or whatever. I'm no war, man, no war. Hey, Desi, I'm doing pretty good. How about you? And there are emerald mines inside the United States, yes. In Hidden Night, North Carolina, there are emerald mines. About how productive they are for fee digging, I have no idea. And if you have enough money, there's nothing saying you couldn't get access to a private mine. So I know there are places in Hidden Night, North Carolina, where there are emeralds have been found. How to get there and what to access them, I know how to get there. How to access actually getting on a claim that is producing emeralds at this time, I don't know. But what I do know is the last time I went and recorded a video in Ruck's Pit in Florida, I dug there with a couple who had found a $50,000 pocket of emeralds the first weekend that a Dig Your Own Emerald mine was open in North Carolina. And they had the pictures of it and stuff like that, like really cool couple. I have their phone numbers. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, and it's in my phone, which you're on, so I can't really look it up. But yeah, there's some good stuff. World War III is coming really fast. Accursed Titan, I really hope not. I really, really hope not. But, I mean, if anybody has seen the video of the guy that made the realistic dictator masks, yeah, I call them dictator masks, but it was a mask of Kim Jong-un and a mask of Vladimir Putin and a mask of Donald Trump. And yeah, I did that. It was a mask of each of them, and they're all sort of bobbing around these three, masks on these heads, dancing and stuff like that. If you've seen that video, like, that is the perfect representation of how I feel about these. These are like, when you look at the three of them, they seem like the three dummies that are willing to do that. I mean, that's just my opinion, and my opinion don't mean squat, but I'm not happy about this dude trying to instigate shit with Kim Jong-un, because he's obviously a psycho. Like, his head has been filled with all this, you're a god, since he was like a baby. I mean, in my opinion, it's not Kim Jong-un's fault that he's crazy. He was raised to be insane. He was told and taught all of these things since he was born. He was told all this crap. So, I mean, if you were told all that crap by everybody around you and everything was provided and you got ships and military and you basically own a country, why would you have any reason to doubt any of it? Why? Like, why? I wouldn't have any. Of course the Americans are crazy because I'm a god, because they all tell me that's why. Like, go back to Desi days. I'm doing good. I'm seeing you again, LOL. I'm just sitting at the work bored. Don't let your boss catch you not working. It sucks. It sucks to be like, my job sucks because I'm bored, to I don't have a job and this sucks. That doesn't work good. No name. You could say that the fight against terrorism is World War III, since the Cold War was never actually since the Cold War world was never really at peace. I had a problem reading that. I completely agree with you. To tell you the truth, I've really felt like the war on terrorism since the beginning has been the same thing as the war on drugs. It is a fictitious war. And what I mean by fictitious is not that the war doesn't happen, is that the enemy can be completely fictitious. It can be a made-up entity. It can be imaginary, to where the people that we're actually at war with are not this giant group, but each individual people that have been wronged and have a bone to pick with us. I mean, gosh, you don't even want to get me started on what I really think about why there's so much terrorism in the world right now. And if we were really against terrorists, then why are we giving money to an ISIS organization in Syria? Like, that's what the United States is doing. Like, it's the whole demographic, the whole idea of what our country doesn't make sense when you put it all together. When you're like, okay, we're benefiting this guy and we're warring against this guy and we're warring against that guy, but they're actually all part of the same gang. It doesn't make any sense. It's all about money that I'm never going to see, and they don't care if me and my kids die. I don't know about you, but I know that for me and mine. No name. You could say oh yeah, I already read that. Knack. Those fire ants contained in the clam fossils at Ruck's Pit are just creepy. I'm like, spray them to death. I did spray them to death, and then I soaked them in the buckets and let them and their eggs float to the top of the buckets and then get them out of the buckets, because they suck. Yeah, no name, dude. I'm not gonna read that because a little bit the thought process in it can be a completely like hate-driven idea. But I don't disagree with why people have that thought process. I've spent a lot of time in different areas of this country. I've spent a lot of time in countryside, rural areas, and neighborhoods. I've spent a lot of time in cities. And the thing that I have really learned is that the organizations and the power that be have the wool pulled over people's eyes in so many different layers and ways that trying to peel it back yourself is very difficult. Like, you almost have to wait for realization to dawn in people and then take the opportunity to feed them information. Like, because if the wool is pulled over somebody's eyes when it comes to how our government creates problems and instabilities inside the world, until people start to take that sort of realization into themselves, it doesn't matter what their belief system is. It seems like it's just talking to a wall. It's like talking to somebody who's a big believer in God, to where the only thing they have to say is because God made it like that. It's the ultimate trump card. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. It's not worth it on a regular, everyday. I've lost friends by trying them to understand things the way that I see them, and I've just started to realize that I'm just more crazy than other people on certain things, and not as crazy as some on others. Cursed Titan has no idea what anybody is talking about. He doesn't keep up with history. History is one of the most interesting subjects out there, brother. It is. It really is. It is super interesting subject, but you have to get away from historically inaccurate movies, number one, which the United States school system loves to teach people using historically inaccurate movies as if this is really what went down. Trust me, I talk to my kids all the time. They come back, they watch movies all the time for history. Like, it's not how history is taught. But the reality is, if you do more research, the United States school system, when it comes to history, are a crock of liars. It's a whole bunch. They lie, they manipulate, they tell you half-truths. They paint this picture that's just not accurate.
You're right, Dad, you're right.
It's just not accurate. Howard Zinn, his book's one to read. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a great history book. I only read half of it, though, and I lost it. So, yeah. Let's see. It's edgy, I know, but a joke nonetheless. No name. Yes, it was. Desi Days. Desi Days, she works in a warehouse, and I work in a warehouse, and day boss is on vacation. Plus, it's a Saturday, and it's pretty slow here. Haha. Hey, warehouse work, I can understand that. If you don't got anything to do, you don't got anything to do. No problem. I'm actually surprised that I've had this many people in here while I've just been rambling. Straight A, I got blisters up when I went out to Ruck's Pit. Those ants will come out of nowhere. I tried to warn you guys. I don't like fire ants. Yes, they do. They get you, and once they get you, they suck. They suck bad. Anna Hitchcock, I completely agree with you 100%. I was willing to give the guy a chance, but he's come right out the gate swinging for everything in my mind that's evil. Like, this guy is not doing good stuff. He says it's good, but it's not good. Like, telling you. Accursed Titan, I usually end up falling asleep in class since my teacher is boring. Yeah. I can understand that, bro. Tell you the truth, I learned. I'm a dropout. I dropped out. I got kicked out of my high school because they couldn't catch me dealing marijuana. That's why I got kicked out. Actually, I got kicked out of my high school because they couldn't catch me doing that. And then the vice principal put his hands on me, and I put my hands on him. And when I put my hands on him, that's when they found the cause to get me out of high school. I got a GED, and I learned so much more after I was out of school, but the problem is that I didn't start learning anything until I wanted to, and when I wanted to start learning, I wished I had started learning things when I was a teenager. So, I mean, if you're of that mindset and you're having those problems in school, what I tell you is pass as many of the classes that you hate with as high a grade as you possibly can get while you're going to a governmentally run school. The moment that you have the opportunity to pick your own classes, pick things that are geared towards the future of things you're going to be interested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're interested in rocks and gems, then obviously pick something geology based and stuff like that, so that the moment you have an opportunity to do further education outside of high school and you have the opportunity to make the decisions for yourself, that's when you want to learn. You want to learn. Like, the problem with our school system is it turns people off to learning at the time in life when they're best able to. Because as a child, you want to play. In my mind, school should be more intensive but shorter lived. Like, school should be a 4-hour thing, especially if they're going to be giving homework. It shouldn't be 8 hours of monotony inside of a kid's mind, because then the kid ends up needing a way to entertain themselves, because that's the way a child's mind works. Or like Montessori schools, super interactive. School is not for smart people, Kaliko. I can agree with you on that some of the way. I wish I would have gone to college. I really wish I would have gone to college, but I wish I would have understood what it was about. I didn't understand what college was about even while I was in high school. I mean, I was such a screw up. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Whoopsie. Let me, I'm trying to go back and read some stuff because I got a little bit, but yeah, dude. The moment that you have the opportunity to pick your schooling, that's when the game changes for you. But I just don't try not to get turned off to learning before you're out of the public school system. Like, that's the biggest deal. Oh, there's been a bunch thing going. Who's yelling in the background? Conflict, money, follow the money. I usually end up falling asleep. Castboarding. All right. Conflict, money, follow the money. Yes, Arstine, always follow the money. Sharea's Babu, how to differentiate Utah topaz to other colored topaz? For me, they look yellow lemon color. Some of them can be sort of a yellow lemon color, but the Utah topaz that I have is not yellow lemon color. It's definitely a orange, reddish, sherry, pink. It's like it's a pinkish, but it's not a pink, and it's definitely an orangish sherry, like an orange red color, almost an orange brown color. How to differentiate between them? You got to trust the source on who it's telling you where it's coming from. There are some things that you're going to be able to tell just by the look once you get good at minerals, but you have to trust the source on where it's coming from. And some of the topaz from Pakistan, I understand that is that same sort of sherry brownish champagne color. Some of that I understand doesn't change inside the sunlight, but that's a word of mouth thing I've heard. I'm not absolutely sure about that. And Cursed Titan in them, that was my daughter yelling in the background. That was my 17-year-old daughter, not my wife. They're all gone. My 17-year-old just got back from her job. And No Name says the difference of topaz between Utah and, for example, Brazil is the color. Brazilian topaz is also called imperial topaz. It is much darker in color as I know it. I can't argue with him because he knows better than me on that probably. Anna Hitchcock agrees. Matthew Kocher, gotta go help my buddy with his race car. Take care, heal real quickly. Thanks, Matt, dude. Yeah, have fun with the race car. I'm jealous. Anna Hitchcock, I am a jeweler and setting up a studio in my home to make coin rings now. Save gold and silver. Yeah. I don't have any. I need to get some. Oh, a Cursed Titan. If that's the case, start skipping classes, buddy. Skip grades. Like, get out of there as fast as possible. If you're getting all A's and everything's too easy, like, skip grades as fast as you can. Talk to the people inside of your administration. Get out of school as young as you possibly can. That'll also help you with college if you want to go to college. Like, yeah, skip those classes, man. Not skip classes, skip those grades. No Name, what do these T1, T9, etc. mean in the names of items in your shop? That is for me to keep track of, like, every time I put an item in my shop, I box it and I package it and it's ready for shipping, and that's so I know what's in the box and what's online. It's my SKU numbers. Anna Hitchcock, depends on how deep in the vein you are on the stones, varies. I have no idea what's going on right there. Knack's gonna go. Ooh, thanks. No Name. All right, I read everybody's comments. And my kids are starting to whine a little bit. And to tell you the truth, this test went way longer than I was expecting. 45 minutes is a long time. I still got 12 of you. Anybody want to ask any other questions? No? No? Difference in stone colors. Is that what was going on a second ago? I keep hitting the thing. It's... I don't know. I don't have enough stuff from there to know. Tell you the truth, I don't have enough. I don't have any topaz from Pakistan. I know a shop owner that does, and I could contact him and find out. But I'm not going to do that right now. I tell you what, I appreciated talking with you guys. I had fun reading everybody's comments. It was nice to be sort of connected to the YouTube channel again. I'm considering starting a secondary channel, like a family vlog. Anna has some gold stone from there. I'm considering that because my kids have been very interested in doing something like that. They're interested in sort of having their say in life and what's going on. And after watching the Philip DeFranco show recently and watching what's been going on with the whole Daddy of Five channel, I think maybe my story could do some other people some good. Like having somebody putting it out there. Maybe there are kids out there that are in my situation that I was in as a child. Maybe they're in it right now. And hearing somebody else talk about it might be able to help them. And I really never thought about it like that before. Before, I only ever sort of thought about it as this is my story, as in this is what's happened to me, this is what I've been a part of, this is what's encircled me and been around me. So I'm really considering that. So feel free to write me any emails or drop me any messages on what you guys think about that. It would. I know my story would give a vlog a definite jump in viewership. But the kids definitely want to have something too. So anyways, I love you guys for watching. Thanks for being involved, everybody. I appreciate all of the get well soon comments and stuff like that. No name, no problem, man. Like, you guys, dude, my viewers mean the world to me. My patrons mean the world to me. I just wanted to test because I saw some other mobile uploads and noticed that there wasn't a box. And I noticed that twice in the last week, YouTube had an update in the app. So I wanted to hit the update and see if it made everything better. So hopefully, if I'm walking on April 26th, and you like DJ music, keep your eye out April 26th for another live stream. And I plan on live streaming some music April 26th, so no commercials or anything like that, because I can't commercialize other people's music, so I'm just a stinking DJ. Just a broke-ass DJ. Look at this hair. Sexy, baby. I love you for watching. Hey, I'll see you guys later. Peace.